it goes way out here, and then it goes way in there. And more than likely, what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna just set you up here just for a minute. I'm gonna remove the door stop on the top and bottom, and then I'm gonna have to check this. And this door, probably when they installed it, maybe it was warped, and they thought, let's just go ahead and push the door stop over. So I'm holding my foot down at the bottom, and see, it's got some flex a little bit, which tells me I should be able to push in the bottom further. And if I move this door stop out, I'm going to be able to flex it. I may have to push hard on this door to get it closed, but I'm going to do a happy medium. I don't want it sticking in as far at the top, and I don't want it sticking out as far at the bottom. I don't know why. You know, I was looking at some other doors. Here's one in the bathroom. Same, well, not the same type of thing, but you see up here? Look, this door is closed, and granted, right now, this latch isn't even holding it. And the bottom of the door here, this edge, is flush with the door jamb. But when you go up here, look how far it's sticking out. Can you see that? Look at that, it's almost flush with that again. And that's causing the stripe not to fit. And I've measured this before. This is not 1 3/8 right there. And that's why this door is sticking out, because this door stop needs to be pushed over. Somebody did a number on this door before, so I'm gonna have to look at these doors and check and see which ones need what. And I'm looking at this. This is pretty. This one here is pretty much flush, but look how far the gap is there. You can just take this door and pull it right open. But see, all of that is going to entail me putting screws behind here, pushing those out, and I can do that. I can do that part later. Okay, I know that when I take this door down, it's going to be okay. And then later, when I put it back up, I'm going to put up new hinges, new door handle, new door stop, new door strike plate, and everything. And I know it's pretty much, this one's pretty much okay. I'll have to take a look at all these, and even that's pretty much down here. Now up stairs here, I was looking at some other doors up here, and let's just look here. Here's where a washer and dryer is, where the bifold doors are. But see, this little door here, it's all nice and flush there, right there. It's flush. It's flush down there. Okay, that's how you want a door. And most doors, you're not going to have this problem. But if you ever do have this issue, this one's pretty much a-okay. Okay, I'll take a better look at that. But that one's looking pretty good. Now here's the door into the master bedroom. I close the door, and again, the door is sticking out a little bit, and it's pretty much flush there. So if I push that in, I should be okay. That's barely holding there. And you know, yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to do this, but that's what I'm here today for. I want to get these all done. Same thing in this closet. It's flush right there. And look how far it's sticking out again up in here. Can you see that? This is supposed to be flush with the door jamb, not the trim. See, it's closed. Look at that. It's sticking out, I don't know, 5/16 of an inch. And you can see up here, look how small this is. That's not 1 3/8 for the door. That's because that, and look how thin it is up there. See how thin it is here? There, that's probably an inch. And then when you go over here, you got an inch, about an inch and 3/8 there. So why did they do that? See how this door edge here is flush with the door jamb, and then see how far it sticks out? Boom. I'm gonna have to do a number on this. I'll score this with my sheetrock knife on both sides and pry this out carefully, and I can see that it's joined every once in a while, so I'm gonna have to be careful when I pry it off so I don't snap any of this off. It's not a full one piece. And I'm gonna reuse the same stuff, and then I'll be able to push it over, re-nail it, check it, tack it, check this, do some other adjustments. I get these doors way better than they are, and then I've got some four penny finish nails, and I'll re-nail this stuff up. I've got some caulking re-caulked up because all that's going to be painted anyways. Okay, I look in here in the master bathroom, and this one seemed pretty good. See how it's pretty much flush there, and it's pretty much flush down there. And I look at this gap, and I've got a nice gap reveal right there, and this one looks pretty good up there, right? Oh, right in the middle. Look how much bigger this gap is. That's because whoever installed this door on the door jamb, if you were to put a straight edge from the top of it down to the bottom of it, the middle pooches over that way, probably 3/16 of an inch. And there's not much I want to do about it. I mean, I could take this casing off, and then I'd have to take the casing off on the other side. It's kind of, see, they put grout in there. I'd have to cut that out. And then I could pry that out and re-shim it, take this trim off. I could do that, you know, and pull that out, because right now the door, see, this latch only sticks out so far. When you push it in there, it's only sticking in there about 1/8 of an inch, 3/16 maybe. And so you hardly have to turn this handle that much to get it out. And I was thinking, well, what else could I do? I could, on the new strike plate, I could shim the strike plate out just a little bit, and then it's gonna be sticking out from the wood just a hair. I could do that. And then this will the latch will fit into the strike more. I'm kind of on the fence with that. I don't know just yet. Do I really want to go through the hassle of taking that trim off? I could if I wanted, because it's going to be all redone. So I have to cut it off, remove it, and then re-caulk it, re-nail it, and all that. You know, that's stuff I know how to do. So I'm kind of on the fence with that particular door just yet. I went to the store and I got some four penny finish nails, and I thought, that's good enough. And that door jamb, I would probably need 6s. But you know, see this one here again. This one's shoved in too far, right down there, and so that can be fixed. I know I can fix it. Look at this one here. It's nice and flush there. And look up here. It's sticking out again at least 1/8 to 3/16. I can fix that. And as I'm fixing those, then I'll see if any of these doors are sagged to where I need to adjust them. I can do that. And I've got all kinds of videos on my channel, how to fix a sagging door. Now, look at this door in the closet. This one's almost perfect. See how it's flush across there. I got plenty of reveal there, okay? And I look down there, I've got plenty of reveal there. In fact, I've got actually too much. And so I know when I put the door back up with the new hinges, then I'll put a couple screws on the back of the hinge, you know, before I put the hinge on. And then when I put the hinge on, that'll create this will push over this way, and it'll lessen that gap. But see that this here is nice and flush. That's how it's supposed to be. And so when I look at this door, I know it's good there. I know it's good down there. That I have to push it out that way, and I can do that after I get the door painted. And everything looks fine. And this is okay. I don't have to do anything with that. So see, this door right here, I could take off, get the hinges out of here, take the door handle off, take it down into the garage, and get it ready to be painted. Okay? So those are the types of things you need to do and check. Hey, would this be okay with you? If that's okay with you, leave it. It's not okay with me. I'm fixing it. I'm gonna fix it so that I don't have to mess with it later, so that I know that when we get in here, everything is done to the best of my ability, okay? And I've got all day to mess with it. It doesn't really matter how long it takes me. I'll get it done. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.